Hey there, everyone. I'm Richard, and welcome to Cowboy Survival. We talk about a lot of things on this channel. We talk about a lot of camping, going outdoors, going into the woods. What do you do to make fires? How do you cook? How do you set up a camp? We do a lot of that stuff on this channel. But what we don't do enough of, and I think I'm going to do more of this year, is how do you go about surviving your everyday activities? Not every day is a disaster. Not every day is you being lost in the woods. A lot of what you do is getting up, going outdoors, working outdoors in all kinds of weather. And you've got to make sure that you stay comfortable, warm, and dry in that weather. We've talked about using ponchos and raincoats before when you're outside in the rain, but what about if you're outside like a day like today? It's right around freezing and it's cold, but I've been working outdoors all day and I'm still very, very warm. Now, how do I manage that? Well, I do a couple of things. First of all, I'm going to make sure and cover my head. So I'm wearing a wool ball cap from Barber. It's a company that's out of England. This cap is really, really warm and it's keeping my head warm. And as you know, because I don't have any hair, I've got to do everything I can to keep heat escaping from my head. You can also wear, I think, a wool toboggan or beanie cap. I don't think the cotton ones are as good as the wool ones. Wool is going to keep you much warmer, and wool is not going to get wet as easily as cotton will. And if it does get wet, it will still keep you warm. Now, what about your other clothes? Well, socks. Okay, so you can wear cotton socks, but cotton socks are really bad in the cold because when your feet sweat, it's going to get moisture in your feet, and you're going to your feet will just get colder. So what you want is something that'll wick that away. Now, in the old days, what you'd do is you'd wear a pair of cotton socks initially on your feet, and then you'd wear wool socks, and the wool would wick that moisture away from your cotton socks, and so you'd have this two-layer system that you would use. It was inconvenient. It often meant you had to wear a size shoe that was almost a full size bigger because you had all that thickness around your foot, but it did keep your feet warm. Today we have available to us some really good materials, and I think one of the best materials you can use for socks is merino wool. Now, merino wool is really good for a lot of reasons. First of all, it does wick the moisture away from your feet so your feet don't stay wet and sweaty, which means your feet aren't going to get as cold because the chill is going to get into your feet. But also, the wool is just going to keep you warm. It's going to keep that warmth close to your body while it takes the moisture away. It's going to keep the warmth close to your body. So I think if you're going to do it, first thing you want to do is the top of your body, your top of your head, put something wool on top. I've got a wool ball cap. Your bottom, you want to put on some wool socks. Now, what about underneath your clothes? Well, let's talk about that for just a minute. Okay, so I've been outdoors literally all day. It's about noon. I've been out here since about 7 this morning, and I've been working in the garage. I've been working in the yard, and this is all I've worn. And I am very, very warm, even though the temperature is right around freezing. Now, how do I manage that? Well, I am wearing a base layer of merino wool clothes. I'm wearing some Merino Tech base layer undergarments. Now, what I got the black ones, and I got the ones that are for medium weather. You can get the heavier ones. I got the medium ones. But these are keeping me extremely warm today. A lot of nice things about merino wool, and I'm going to continue to work while we're talking about this. So one of the nice things about merino wool is that it is very fine and very comfortable. It's very soft on your skin. You don't have a lot of itchiness that you might get with some wool, and that can always be a problem, of course. So what I'm doing is I'm working back here in my storage room. I had some electric outlets put in, and I had to move a lot of stuff out of the room. So I'm having to put it back in. So I'm getting this stuff together here. Moving some of my tools and putting this wood. I got a whole bunch of wood I had back in here, and I got to get it back in this room. Like I said, merino wool is very comfortable. It will it'll breathe. It will wick moisture away from the body. So even though I'm working and sweating just a little bit, it's not going to cause me my body to get cold with moisture, which is really nice. Another neat thing about merino wool, if you're a hunter, merino wool is really, really nice because merino wool will not put off a body odor. A lot of clothing that you wear when you go hunting, it'll absorb your body odors and the animals can literally smell you. But the truth of the matter is with something like merino wool, since bacteria will not grow in the merino wool, then it won't have the odor that you have. And that's where the odor comes from. It comes from the bacteria that's growing inside your clothing. So I've tried other kinds of undergarments. I've tried the cotton ones. Most of the ones you get that are very inexpensive are going to be made out of cotton, and they're going to they're just not going to be extremely warm. They will sort of create a barrier against the cold wind, but they're just not going to keep you really warm. Now, I got to be honest with you. This merino wool that I'm wearing, and this is 100% merino wool. There's no nylon mixed in it. There's no cotton mixed in it. It's 100% merino wool, and it's very fine merino wool, so it's extremely comfortable to wear. But not only is this keeping the wind from penetrating to my body, this is actually also keeping me very warm. So if you want to stay warm while you're outside, I think it's important to cover your major areas. First of all is going to be your head, because you're going to lose a lot of body heat through your head. I've got wool, I think some kind of a wool cap, wool hat, wool toboggan, something wool on top of your head is going to be very good. I think also for your feet, you're going to need wool socks. And then for your main body, you're going to need some kind of wool base layer. Merino wool base layer, I think, is the best one to get. Don't get the mix. You got to be careful. You got to read the ingredients. A lot of them are like 80% wool or 60% wool or 60% nylon. I have one that calls itself merino wool, and I looked at it. It's only got 9% merino wool in it. Everything else is nylon and cotton. So you want to make sure you get something that's 100% merino wool. Now, it's going to cost a little more than going down to TJ Maxx or Marshalls and getting the discount bargain long underwear, but you want to get something that's going to keep you warm. If you're a hunter, merino wool is better because it's going to avoid those body odors from being seen. It's going to help keep those in so that the animals don't smell. Now, the fourth area you need to make sure and keep warm is your hands. I'm not wearing any gloves this morning, but honestly, I don't feel like I need to. But if it's much colder than freezing, you're going to have to put something on your hands. Gloves with a wool liner would be really excellent to have, but something that's going to keep your hands warm and that's not going to get wet and soaked through. So you want something that's water resistant, and I think that has some kind of a wool liner in it. Hopefully that was helpful. We'll talk a lot more about how to survive on an everyday basis as we go through the spring. Stay strong, stay prepared, and have a blessed day. We'll see you real soon right here on Cowboy Survival.